just quickly looking at Purple Group and what is going on with Purple Group. It is 28% of the recent highs. It was around R3.50 and now it's around R2.50. We actually did a video on Purple Group about a month ago where we stated why it was not in our 2022 stock picks, and that was when the share price was at R3.27. And the reasoning was just basically that the valuation was too hot, too ahead of itself. But nothing in the fundamentals of the company has changed. I mean, they are still growing revenues, still growing users, still have a massive pipeline and roadmap. They still have a massive community. So the fundamentals has not changed. But if you compare short-term versus long-term, it's a completely different discussion. Short-term, these kinds of movements could cause sleepless nights. But short-term is there to actually measure, when are you going to buy? What is the entry level you look to buy more? Maybe you want to take some profits. Maybe you are a trader, but that's short-term. Long-term, we look at the fundamentals of the company. We believe if you are a long-term investor, you should look at the management, at the product, at the industry, at the growth. Are they delivering on what they're saying they would? If you look at those factors, and then these price fluctuations won't really affect you because it actually creates a better buying opportunity for you at a lower level. So ask yourself whether you are a short-term investor, whether you want to look on a daily basis where the share price is entering at a lower level, a higher level, selling high, buying low, whatever, or whether you are for a long-term investor. Personally, I'm long-term, although I did take some profits on Purple Group when it was about R3. We also stated that on the FinMeUp YouTube channel as well as the groups. You can join the groups in the link in the description. Also check the video in the description where we stated why Purple Group was not in our 2022 stock picks. But ask yourself, are you then in it for the short term? There to just make quick profits, try and buy low, sell high, which is extremely difficult. Or are you in it for the long term, looking at the fundamentals of the company, what they're doing? So just quickly, if we're looking at their financial results for the year ending 31 August 2021, which was the latest results, the group revenue increased by 26%, which is good. It's not, massive, especially compared to international context, but it's huge in South African context. So they grew 26% to 205 million rand. Their basic earnings per share and headline earnings per share also increased by 190%, which is huge. Their profit attributable to shareholders increased by 207%. So, profits are growing, revenues are growing, users are still growing, partnerships are happening. So the company is still performing well. They are executing. It's just the valuation was too hot. It probably is still overvalued. But I mean, that's part of your personal research and where you value and evaluate the company. But also that's where short-term versus long-term comes in. If it's long-term, then it won't really matter if the share price is R2.50 or R2.25 or R2.10 or R3. If you're in it for the long term, then be in it for the long term. Then don't let these short-term movements worry you. It's natural and it's healthy. Nothing goes up in a linear straight line. What goes up will probably sometime go down, and that's healthy. It creates buying opportunities. It also creates it's separating the traders from the long-term investors and the speculators from the long-term investors. So ask yourself, what are you in it for the long-term or short-term? The share price could probably fall more. It is still a bit overvalued, but they are growing, so nothing in the fundamentals has changed. If you're a hodler, then this is probably a good time to hodl or buy more. Let us know of what you think of Purple Group at these levels. EasyEquities is still growing fast. If you look at the EasyEquities growth in the previous financial year, it was 79%. They are still adding clients, still growing the assets under management. So it's looking good. Don't be too worried. These fluctuations and these short-term movements up and down, especially with small caps, are normal. So nothing has happened. No bad news has come out. So don't worry too much for now. Stick with your strategy. Stick with your reasoning. Stick with your research. Back yourself. Safe investing, and remember, never invest in FOMO. That can also happen with these hot topic stocks on Twitter or on YouTube, or even if something you're part of, because most of you are probably on EasyEquities. So don't get worried. It's normal. We also saw the movement in Renogen. What goes up in a linear line will come down at some point. Then you go back to your strategy, maybe dollar cost average, maybe not financial advice, but let us know what you think of Purple Group. Are you buying? Are you holding? Are you selling? And what do you think of the long-term potential? Let us know. Cheers.